Hello, we are going to start today seated in the center of the mat. You can grab the bolster, you can grab the pillow and place it in between your feet so you can sit on top of it with the knees a bit wider than the hips so you have space for that support in between your legs. And then rest the hands on top of the thighs, rest your hands on top of the knees and close your eyes. As always, we are going to start with a few moments of grounding. So make sure that you are comfortable, which may look different for each of you. Elongate your spine. And see if you can position your shoulders so they land on top of the hips. So just notice if you are hinging forward. Maybe you can guide the shoulders slightly to the back, to the space behind them, so they land on top of the hips. And find even more length in the spine. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and then to the back and down. 2 more times. Gently opening through the chest. And then relax. Relax your face. And bring yourself to this moment. Connecting with the present. Connect with your breath. We are going to start with 5 inhalations through the nose, exhalations through the nose for the count of 5. So inhale 5, exhale 5. Whenever you feel ready, release the air. Exhale fully. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Big breath in and out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose all the way to the top. And out through the mouth. Hold at the bottom. We are starting with the next set. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale through the mouth. And again, in through the nose, to the belly, to the rib cage, all the way up to the collarbones. And out through the mouth. And then let go of control over the breath. Just stay aware of it. And then pull the chin to the chest. Left ear to the left. And then to the back through center. Right ear to the right shoulder. And then chin to the chest. And again, to the left, to the back. Right ear, right shoulder, and chin to the chest. One more in this direction. And then switch to the other side. And then come back through center. Place the right hand on top of the left ear and gently guide the right ear to the right shoulder. So we are not pulling, just adding a bit of weight on top of the left ear. And then extend the left arm to the left and flex your fingers. So the arm is parallel to the mat. You're pulling the fingers towards your body. And then drop your fingers down. And again, lift. So you're pressing the palm away from you. And then as you exhale, fingers down. And again, lift, flex, and lower. And then release. To the other side. Left hand, right ear. Extend the right arm to the right. Fingers are pointing up. Left ear to the left shoulder. Long right side of the neck. And then drop the fingers to the mat. Arm stays parallel and then flex. And again, lower and flex. A bit of flossing here. Once again, lower and then flex. And then release your arms. Place your right hand on top of the left knee and open the chest to the left. And see if you are twisting also from the hips. So you want to leave your hips square. Just opening the chest, finding this twist from the thoracic spine from your waist, but the hips stay square. Left hand is behind you. Inhale, long spine. And as you exhale, see if you can deepen the twist. If you need to place the block under the left hand, that's always welcome. And make sure that you are not pulling the chin to the neck too much, or you are not lifting the chin too much. So the neutral positioning of the neck. One more inhalation here. And then as you exhale, release. And twist to the other side. Right hand behind you. Inhale, long spine. See if you can find even more space. See what's happening with the hips. And then guide this right shoulder to the back. Right shoulder blade to the spine. The crown of the head is reaching up. And breathe. Also make sure that you're not leaning to the back too much. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, release the twist. And then remove the bolster to the side. And we are going to start seated on our shins in the front of the mat. So make your way there. Interlace your fingers in front of you and then start making some circular movements with your wrists. And then to the other side. And then release your arms. You can rest them next to the feet or you can rest them on top of the blocks. Pull the knees to the chest and find your drishti here. So the stable point of gaze on the mat or on the floor. Inhale, extend the arms above the head. Once again, find length here. And then as you exhale, hips stay square. You are twisting your chest to the left. Right fingers are reaching forward to left to the back. Pull this right hip slightly to the back. As you inhale, back through center. As you exhale, twist to the right. Pull the left knee, left hip slightly to the back, and then inhale, back through center. As you exhale, drop the knees on the mat. Drop the hands either next to your feet on the support or just let them hang. And then pull the knees to the chest. And again, tap the knees to the mat and then knees to the chest. We're working with the stability of the core. Drop the knees on the mat and then pull the knees to the chest. Drop your heels on the mat and make your way into a seated position. Hands under the knees. As you inhale, open the chest. As you exhale, extend the arms and round the back body. Create space in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, open the chest. Leave the heart center. As you exhale, extend the elbows, round the back body. One more. Inhale, open. And exhale. On your next inhalation, come back through center. And then extend the arms in front of you. If you need to modify, hands can stay under the knees. And then lift your feet from the mat. Shins are parallel to the mat. And just hold. If you feel it in your lower back, you can even drop the hands next to the hips. Look at your toes. The palms of the hands are facing each other. Maybe roll the shoulders slightly more to the back. Keep opening through the chest. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, drop the feet on the mat. Feet are as wide as the hip bones here. Drop the hands next to the hips under the shoulders. Fingers pointing forward. As you inhale, tuck the tailbone under slightly. Lift the hips, extend the elbows. You can even drop the head to the back if that feels good. And then as you exhale, dip the hips, but don't touch your hips to the mat. Start extending the legs. Leave the toes from the mat. Really shorten the space in between the lower ribs and the hip bones. Keep pressing your hands into the mat. And then as you exhale, release the hips on the mat. If this transition is quite a lot, next time you can use the blocks under the hands. Okay, flex your feet here. You can sit on top of something. You can keep your knees slightly bent if you need. We are just starting. Inhale, extend the arms above the head. And then as you exhale, belly towards the thighs. And again, inhale, extend the arms above the head. Shoulders are on top of the hips. And then as you exhale, belly towards the thighs. One more here. Inhale, extend the arms above the head. And then as you exhale, release the belly towards the thighs. Maybe hands are next to the calves. Maybe you can grab to the outsides of the feet. Maybe to the opposite wrist in front of the soles of the feet. And then relax on top of the legs. And once again, we are just starting, so be gentle here. Bend the knees as much as you need to. And flex your toes. The back of the neck is long. Just breathe here. On your next inhalation, lift your upper body. Extend the arms above the head as you point your toes. As you exhale, lower the hands under the shoulders, fingers pointing forward. On your next inhalation, lift the hips. Squeeze the glutes, the back of the legs, hamstrings. Toes are reaching to the mat. Maybe you're dropping the head to the back. If this is too much, just look at your hip bones. One more inhalation, maybe lift the hips even more, and then as you exhale, release the glutes on the mat. Bend your right knee and place the right knee on top of the left knee, right foot next to the left thigh. And then for a moment, flex your left toes. Place your left hand on the left knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, long spine. As you exhale, deepen the twist. Maybe look behind the right shoulder. Maybe you want to extend this left arm so the fingers are just touching to the mat. You're using the contact of the left hand or your left forearm and the knee to deepen the twist. Once again, check in with yourself if you're not leaning to the back. Inhale. And then as you exhale, come back through center. This time place the left hand behind you, so you're twisting your chest to the left. Fingers are pointing to the back. And then lower the outside of the left foot on the mat. Press the sole of the right foot on the mat. As you lift the hips, extend the right arm above the head. So you are really twisting to the left here. Keep lifting the hips. And maybe even reach your right fingers to the back of the mat, elongating the right side of the body. Keep dropping the left side of your rib cage to the left hip. Keep lifting, inhale. And then as you exhale, release the glutes back on the mat. From here, you can place the hands under the right knee or in front of the sole of the right foot. Extend the right leg in front of you. And if you see that you are rounding your lower back, then bend your right knee, stay here. Flex your toes, open through the chest. Keep flexing your left foot as well. And then as you exhale, see if you can deliver the right foot next to the left foot. On your next inhalation, lift them to the other side. Bend your left knee on top of the right knee. And place your right hand on the left knee, or maybe fingers are touching to the mat. If this left knee is not directly on top of the right knee, that's okay. Maybe it will more look like that with the left foot on the outside of the right knee, but maybe you can cross the knees, creating this internal rotation. And then left hand behind your back, inhale, long spine, flex your right toes. So really press the heel to the front of the mat. And then as you exhale, release into the twist. So sink maybe a bit deeper. Left shoulder blade to the spine, right shoulder blade away from the spine. The crown of the head is reaching up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Release this twist. And once again, you can place the hands under the knees, or maybe you will place them in front of the sole of the left foot. Start lifting the foot. Maybe shin will stay parallel to the mat. Maybe you'll start extending the left leg. And if you see that this is quite a lot for you and you are rounding the lower back, then maybe bend your left knee a bit more. Flex your left foot. Open through the chest, widen through the collarbones. Inhale. And then exhale. Once again, bend the left knee. I forgot something. Place the right hand behind you. Fingers are pointing to the back. And then lower the outside of the right foot on the mat. Press the sole of the left foot on the mat as you lift the hips. Left fingers are reaching up. Maybe start reaching your left fingers to the back of the mat, elongating the left side of the body. Inhale. And then as you exhale, release the right hip on the mat. Once again, the hamstring stretch. So your variation, maybe the left leg is extended in front of you, maybe the left knee is bent. And then as you exhale, start lowering the left foot next to the right foot. On your next inhalation, once again extend the arms above the head. And then as you exhale, once again forward fold. So see how it feels this time. We did some hamstring stretches already. Maybe close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. A long exhalation. On your next inhalation, once again, lift. And we are making our way into Navasana. So hands can stay next to the hips. You can extend the arms to the front of the room. Lean slightly to the back, pull the knees to the chest and together. Shins parallel to the mat. And just hold here. Breathe. Inhale. Flex your feet. As you exhale, lower the feet on the mat. And then make your way into a kneeling position. You're once again on your toes. On your next inhalation, start to lifting. You're still on your toes into a standing position. Arms above the head. Hold. And then as you exhale, drop the feet on the mat. You can reposition yourself so you are standing in front of the mat. And then as you inhale, extend the arms above the head. As you exhale, lower the hands back on the mat. As you inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, drop the hands back on the mat and you can step, you can hop to the back of the mat. Vinyasa flow. Shoulders on top of the wrist creases, bend the elbows, point the elbows to the back, hover above the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Engage the glutes, lift the kneecaps, the thighs from the mat, pull the shoulders to the back. As you exhale, downward facing dog. And just hold here. Maybe move your head from side to side. Maybe bend one knee at a time. Really spread the fingers, press the palms to the mat. Breathe. See where the challenge is, see where the lightness is. On your next inhalation, look to the front of the mat. And then bend your knees, maybe hop in between the hands. Immediately finding space, halfway lift. As you exhale, release the belly towards the thighs. As you inhale, make your way into a standing position, arms above the head, long spine. As you exhale, dive forward and down, hands drop on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. So maybe slide the hands on the shins or just find space in your back. As you exhale, hands drop on the mat. You can step to the back, you can hop, and if you're hopping, as always, I will challenge you to land with your elbows bent in 90-degree angle. Inhale. Shift the chest forward, upward dog, extend the elbows. Squeeze the glutes, press the back of the thighs up. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. External rotation of the shoulders. As always, bend the knees if you need it. Create space in between the shoulder blades and keep lifting the hips to the back and down. One more inhale. One more exhale. As you inhale, look to the front of the mat, bend the knees. Step, hop in between the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, belly towards the thighs. On the next inhale, make your way into a standing position, arms above the head. And then as you exhale, once again bend from the hips. Drop the hands on the mat. One more time, sun salutation A. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, hands drop on the mat. Either step or hop to the back. Chaturanga. And then shift the weight slightly forward, chest forward as you extend the elbows, up dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. And just hold here. Inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, make your way into a plank position, shoulders on top of the wrists. And then bend your knees, just hover them above the mat as you glue your belly towards the thighs. On your next inhalation, once again, find your plank. As you exhale, bend the knees, hover them above the mat, belly towards your thighs. And again, forward, find your plank. Scoop the abs, strong core. As you exhale, belly towards the thighs as you shift the hips to the back. So this is kind of like a downward dog, but with the knees bent. And then start walking the hands to the back. Lower the hips on top of the heels. Heels stay away from the mat. And then extend the arms above the head. As you exhale, twist your chest to the right. Right fingers are reaching to the back, left forward. Pull this left knee to the back. Keep your hips square. On your next inhalation, come back through center. As you exhale, twist your chest to the left. Right knee to the back. Right hip to the back. Inhale, back through center. Start to lifting the hips from your heels. Extend the legs, you're still on the toes. As you exhale, lower the heels on the mat, bend your knees. Your chair pose, Utkatasana, hands in front of the chest. Inhale. As you exhale, twist to the left, right elbow behind the left knee. And just hold here for a moment. Once again, pull this right knee to the back, so make sure that the right knee is not in front of the left. Left elbow is pointing up. Maybe look to the ceiling for a moment. Okay, drop the gaze to the mat. We are shifting the weight on the right foot. And then start to lifting the left foot from the mat. Stay in the twist. So the chest is pointing to the left. Micro bend in the right knee. The crown of the head is reaching up. Hold here. And then as you exhale, bend the right knee. Deliver the left foot next to the right foot. Find your Utkatasana twist. And then back through center, release. Inhale here. Exhale, twist the chest to the right, left elbow behind the right knee. Keep your chest open to the right. Right elbow is pointing up. Maybe look to the ceiling. Maybe sink even lower with the hips. And then shift the weight on the left foot. Lower the gaze on the mat. And then start lifting the right foot from the mat. Extend the left leg. You're staying the twist. Maybe you can still keep the contact of the right knee, left elbow. Hold. And then as you exhale, Drop the right foot next to the left foot and come back through center. Inhale, extend the legs, the arms above the head. As you exhale, lower the hands on the mat and then start walking the hands to the front of the mat. Inhale here. Find your plank, shoulders on top of the wrists. Gently tuck the tailbone under. As you exhale, bend the elbows. Hover above the mat. Inhale. Upward facing dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. Elbow creases are pointing towards each other. Keep pressing the hands into the mat. As you inhale, look to the front of the mat, bend the knees. Step hop in between the hands, halfway lift. As you exhale, belly towards the thighs. Bend your knees, inhale, Utkatasana. Arms above the head, sink low, lift the chest. Tuck the tailbone under as you exhale. Release the palms of the hands in front of the chest. And just hold here. Once again, twist to the left. Right elbow on the outside of the left knee. We are going to start the same. Shift the weight on the right foot. And start lifting the left foot from the mat. Stay in your twist. If you're falling, that's okay. Just come back to it. The crown of the head is reaching up. Micro bend in the right knee. Feel the right foot on the mat. And then extend the arms. You can stay here or start extending the left leg. Maybe tap with your toes to your right fingers and bend. Use the strength of the core to keep this twist. Maybe extend the left leg and bend. One more. Extend and bend. If you are here, right hand on top of the left knee, maybe deepen your twist. Otherwise, extend the left leg, maybe grab to the outside of the left foot. Elongate the spine. Inhale. And then as you exhale, release the knee, the foot. Cartwheel the arms. Drop the left hand on the mat or on the block. Extend the right arm up as you twist the chest to the right. Keep your left leg lifted here. Immediately bend the right knee. Step the left toes to the back. You can adjust your left hand so it's under your left shoulder. Maybe look towards your right fingers. Inhale. As you exhale, point your toes to the right, so the outside of the right foot on the mat, and lower the left hip to the mat. Right fingers are reaching to the back. As you inhale, lift here. Right fingers are reaching to the front of the mat. And then lower. Inhale, lift. Maybe extend the right leg this time. Hold. And then as you exhale, release. On your next inhalation, lift the hips. And then maybe pull the right knee to that right elbow. If this is too much, I would say drop the left knee so the toes are pointing to the left longer edge of the mat. And pull the right knee to the right elbow as well. If you're comfortable here, maybe extend the right leg. Hold. And we are going to transition from here, stepping the right foot to the front of the mat. So with control, lower the right foot to the right, and then deliver it to the front of the mat. Bend the right knee, lower the right hand on the mat, and then drop the hips. From here, maybe you want to place the hands on two blocks. Maybe you will stay with the hands on the mat. Left heel is lifted. Hip stays square to the front of the mat. Extend the right leg. Maybe flex your right toes. Pull the left hip forward, right slightly to the back. Just hold here for a moment. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the hips. Bend the right knee, open the chest. Inhale here. As you exhale, extend the right leg. Maybe lift the right toes from the mat. Right hip to the back, left forward, hold. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. If you feel comfortable here, stay here. If you want to make your way into a split, step this right foot forward and start lowering into a split. You can place the block, the bolster under your hips. You can stay here with the left knee on the mat. Just make sure that you are not going too far. And this is also just an option. The more you lift your chest with the shoulders on top of the hips, or even if you are super deep, you could add a back bend here. You will go deeper into the hip flexor. The more you bend forward, you will target the hamstrings. So stay exactly where you are. Maybe it's more like, it looks more like this. That's perfectly fine. Maybe you're still in your pyramid. Hold there. And then if you are in your split, tuck the left toes under and step this right foot to the back. So strength of the lower abs, the top of the right thigh. Once again, you are in your pyramid pose. And then really press the femur of the right foot into a hip socket. Maybe lift your left heel and then sweep this right leg to the back. You are in your one-legged downward facing dog. Bend the right knee. Shift the shoulders on top of the wrists. Pull the right knee to the chest. And then extend the right leg to the back. 2 more. Right knee to the chest. Scoop the abs. Press the mat away from you. Run the upper back slightly. And then extend the right leg, one-legged downward dog. Bend the right knee. Right knee to the chest. And then one-legged downward facing dog. Hold. Start walking your hands to the back of the mat. Lift your right foot. Strong left glute, strong right glute. Hold. Breathe. Relax the neck. Bend your right knee, right heel to the glute, right knee to the ceiling. Hold. If you feel ready, place the left hand on the right ankle, right foot. Maybe press into this right hand. Hold. Breathe. And then release the left hand back on the mat. Pull the right knee to the left knee. Drop the right foot next to the left foot. Lift your heels. And then lower the hips back on the mat. Inhale, extend the arms above the head. And then as you exhale, twist to the left. Maybe you'll stay here working on the stability on your balance. Maybe you will drop the heels and take a bind here. So you would need to go pretty deep into a twist with the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. And then maybe guide rotating from the internally from the right shoulder. Guide the left arm to the back, maybe grab to the fingers of your other hand. This is a deep, deep twist. Just one inhalation here. As you exhale, release. And then place your hands on the left. We're going to play with a side crawl. So if you don't want to do that, maybe you are still holding the twist. Maybe you want to simply rest in your child's pose. You will lift the hips just a bit higher. And then you are going to rest your left knee on the outside of the right elbow. Arms are like in chaturanga. Shift the chest slightly forward and then lift the feet from the mat. You can rest the left side of the waist on your left elbow. Keep pulling everything to the midline of the mat. Keep your chest open, but gently run the upper back. Elbows to the back and in, scoop the abs. As you exhale, drop the feet back on the mat. And then from here, untwist the body. Lift the heels. If you're in your child's pose, meet us here. Extend the arms above the head. We are making our way into a standing position. Lift, lift, lift. And then with the heels lifted, start bending from the hips. Drinking bird. Stay on your heels. Drop the hands on the mat. Start walking the hands to the front of the mat. Find your plank. Inhale. As you exhale, hover the knees above the mat, bend them. And then kind of like downward dog, but with the knees above the mat. Shoot forward, find your plank, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Child's pose is always an option. You can swing the hips from side to side, movement, stillness, up to you before we go to the other side. Inhale, look to the front of the mat, bend the knees. Step hop in between the hands. Halfway lift. As you exhale, belly towards the thighs. Bend your knees, inhale. Lift the chest, the arms, Utkatasana. As you exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow behind the right knee. Make sure that the knees are together. Hips stay square. Shift the weight on the left foot. Lift the right heel. Start lifting the right toes. Extend the left leg. Extend the arms. Stay here or flex your right toes. Extend the right leg. Tap your toes to the fingers and bend. And again, extend. And bend. One more, extend, hold. And bend. Maybe stay here, left hand on the right knee. Right fingers are reaching to the back. Or you could extend the right leg and place the left hand on the outside of the right foot. Maybe engage the left calf, the left glute even more. Find a drishti, strong core. As you exhale, release the right foot, right knee. Cartwheel the arms, right hand on the block or on the mat. Left fingers are reaching up, right leg parallel to the mat. And twist your chest to the left. If you feel super balanced here, maybe gaze on your left fingers. Or maybe you're looking at the mat. Keep engaging the right glute. Bend the left knee. Step your right toes to the back. You can adjust the right hand so it lands under the right shoulder. And look towards the left fingers. Inhale. As you exhale, point your toes to the left. Lower the right side of the hip to the mat. The left fingers are reaching to the back. As you inhale, lift. Reach your left fingers to the front of the mat, elongating the left side of the body. And then as you exhale, release. Right hip to the mat, left fingers are reaching to the back. On your next inhalation, lift. This time, maybe extend the left leg. Left fingers are reaching up, so the outside of the left foot is still on the mat. We are getting deeper into IT band and hamstring. As you exhale, release. Okay, this time on your next inhalation, leave the hips. Maybe leave the left foot from the mat, left knee to the left elbow. If you need, drop the right knee. So the toes are pointing to the space behind you to the right. Keep opening to the left. Maybe extend the left leg here, just an option. And then with control, lower the left leg in front of you. Guide your left foot to the front of the mat. Lower the left hand on the left from your left foot. Maybe hands are on top of the blocks. And then lift your left toes from the mat, square the hips. Bend the left knee and drop the hips to the front of the mat. Maybe hands are staying on the blocks. Extend the left leg, maybe lift your left toes and prioritize keeping your hips square. Lengthen your spine, so it doesn't matter how low your chest is. One more, drop the left toes. Bend your left knee, open the chest. And then lift your hips. Lift the toes from the mat, hold. Breathe. Slow down your breath. Maybe you'll stay here. Maybe you'll start walking the left foot forward into a full split. You can drop the right knee on the mat, of course. You can keep the hands under, on top of the blocks, or place maybe the blocks, maybe the bolster under your hips. And see how far your body allows you to go. Try to keep the hips more or less square. And once again, the more you lift the chest, the deeper you'll go into the hip flexor. If you want to get deeper into the hamstrings, lower the belly towards the left side. And make sure that you're not pushing it too much. So be aware of what's happening in the body. Be gentle here. Breathe. In and out. On your next inhalation, start lifting the hips. Tuck your right toes under. And then extend both of the legs. You're in your pyramid. Once again, square the hips. If the hands are on the blocks, I would say, for the moment, remove them, but keep them nearby. And then sweep your left leg to the back, one-legged downward facing dog. Bend the left knee, and then pull the left knee to the chest. And then extend the left leg, one-legged downward facing dog. Bend the left knee. Pull the left knee to the chest, shoulders on top of the wrists. And then extend your left leg. One more bend. Left knee to the chest. Hold. And then extend. Start walking your hands to the back with or without the blocks. Hold here. Engage your left glute. Microbend in the right knee. Hold, hold. Bend the left knee. And then maybe reach with your right hand to the left foot and kick your left foot into your right hand. Keep lifting the left knee. Left hand can stay always on the block. And then release the right hand on the mat. Left knee to the right knee, drop the left foot to the mat. Leave the heels and start lowering the hips on top of the heels. As you inhale, extend the arms above the head. As you exhale, twist to the right. And just hold here. The crown of the head is reaching up. Maybe you'll stay here, maybe you'll drop the heels. Placing the left elbow behind the right knee. You can extend the left arm so the palm is pointing to the back. And then maybe you'll find a bind here. Again, a very deep twist. And then release. Maybe drop the hands to the right. And once again, we are going to play with the side crow, just an option. So really walk the hands to the right so the left hand is aligned with your toes. Right hand kind of behind you. You can lift your hips slightly and then rest your right knee on top of the left tricep. Elbows to the back, so kind of like a chaturanga. And then lift your toes from the mat. Keep your chest open, knees together. Draw everything to the midline of the mat. Keep breathing. One more inhale. As you exhale, release the toes. Back through center. Extend the arms above the head. And then start lifting the hips. Extend the legs. Stay on your toes. And then bend from the hips. You are still on the toes, heels lifted. Lower the hands back on the mat. And then walk your hands to the front of the mat. Find your plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees and just hover the knees above the mat. Once again, shoot forward. Find your plank, bend the elbows. Inhale, up dog. This time as you exhale, drop the knees. Sit back into your child's pose. Rest the forehead on the mat. Slow down your breath. And then hands next to the knees, lift your upper body. Lift the hips, cross the ankles under the glutes, and make your way into a seat in the center of the mat. Open the knees to the side and then walk your feet so the legs are creating diamond shape. 90-degree angle between the thighs and the calves, so really walk them forward. Quite often I see that it's kind of halfway. You really want a lot of space here. You can place the bolster or the pillow, whatever you have, on top of the feet, or you can just stay as you are. And then bend from the hips. Guide your forehead towards your heels. On your next inhalation, lift. Pull your knees together. And make your way on your back. And give your knees a big hug here. Extend the arms to the side. And then lower the knees to the left. Inhale, lift the knees, pull them to the chest, and then exhale, lower the knees to the right. Inhale, back through center. Arms next to the torso, press the hands into the mat. Extend the legs, stay here. You can flex the toes, you can even place something under the hips so they are elevated. Or leave the hips. Make your way into your plow, halasana, hands next to the spine. You're lifting the hips on top of the shoulders, long spine, so don't collapse here. Press the back of the thighs to the ceiling. So kind of like in your upward dog, the engagement is still in the thighs, quads, hamstrings. If you feel comfortable, bend the knees, walk the knees next to the ears. Extend the legs if you have bent them. Lower the hands on the mat. And with control, with the engagement of the core, start lowering vertebra by vertebra on the mat. Once again, bend the knees, extend the arms to the side. Lower the knees to the left. Hold here. Make sure that the right knee is on top of the left knee so that you're not pulling it to the back, but really stacking the knees on top of each other. Right shoulder down. As you inhale, lift. As you exhale, lower to the right. As you inhale, back for center. As you exhale, extend the legs. Extend the arms. Make your way into your Shavasana. If you want to stay in your Shavasana longer, please feel free to do that. We are not quite done with the practice yet. We are going to finish with the breath work. But give yourself time. If you want to stay longer, stay longer here on your back. If you want to stay in this position for the breath work, this is also okay. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm going to transition into a seat to show you what we are going to do. But again, if it feels needed, stay here longer, pause the recording. If you want to stay here for the next part of the practice, stay here. If you are transitioning with me, take your time. Maybe start with gentle movements of your hands, fingers, toes. Taking your time. Keeping your eyes closed. Maybe if you are deciding to transition into a seated pose, use the bolster, the pillow. Make yourself comfortable once again. We are going to do quite an intense breath work. If you can, you will inhale through the mouth to your belly, to the chest, and then exhale through the mouth. If this is too much, inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. Then we are going to do 2 inhalations through the mouth, and then to your belly, first part, then to your chest, and then out through the mouth. And then we are going to do 1 big inhale through the mouth, 2 exhalations through the mouth. And then we are going to inhale fully, hold at the top, exhale, hold at the bottom. And that's going to be the end of the breathing exercise. If at any point it's too intense, breathe through the nose. Whenever you feel ready, release the air. Let's meet at the bottom of the exhalation. I will just breathe here, so listen to my breath. I'm sure you will. That's enough of the guidance. So there's no counting, just find the rhythm here. All the way up and hold. Hold at the top. And exhale. Hold at the bottom. Holding this breath retention. Inhale. And exhale through the mouth. And again, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. And then come back to breathing through the nose, equal inhalations and exhalations. As always, you can place the palms of the hands on top of the heart or in front of the chest. Thank yourself for this practice. Thank you so much. Namaste.